full bedtime story with every detail you asked for woven in. The Diabolical University of Idaho, a bedtime story. In the cold, pine-scented mountains of Idaho stood a university unlike any other. Its stone towers seemed to breathe, its windows flickered with shadows that moved when no one was inside, and its reputation whispered through the town like a curse. It was known to very few as Blackridge University, a place where desperate parents bargained their souls for power, prestige, and dark promises. Among those parents were a cold, calculating couple who sought influence but refused to sacrifice their biological children. Instead, they adopted 3 babies from entirely different families, 3 children with no blood ties at all. Yet through forged documents, falsified birth records, and sinister rituals completed at the university, they made the world believe the children were triplets. These children grew up as Ethan, Aria, and Cole, bound not by blood but by fate, and by the cruelty of the parents who owned their souls. As soon as they reached adulthood, the parents sent them to Blackridge University, claiming it was the prestigious future they had always planned, but in truth, it was part of the infernal contract they had signed years before. A forbidden love. In Ethan's first year on campus, he met a quiet, bright-spirited girl named Xana. She had a laugh that could cut through any gloom, and a softness that made Ethan feel human in a world dripping with darkness. The two fell deeply, fiercely in love. When Xana discovered she was carrying Ethan's child, their hearts exploded with hope. They dreamed of escaping the university, leaving Idaho, and breaking free from the web the parents had bound them in. But secrets do not stay hidden long at Blackridge. The diabolical parents found out, and they panicked. A child conceived outside the contract threatened everything they had sold themselves for. And so they contacted the very institution they had pledged their souls to, and Blackridge University handled it. Xana was murdered in the dead of night, her light extinguished without mercy. Ethan's scream that morning shook the dorm walls. The attempt to escape, broken but determined, Ethan sought help from Xana's kind roommates, Kaylee and Maddie. They believed him. They knew Xana had been frightened those last weeks, and they agreed to help him run. But corruption at Blackridge went far beyond the parents. The local police chief and the presiding judge were both long entangled with the university's darkness. Men who enjoyed the power that came with cruelty. Men who had harmed others simply because they could. Their eyes were cold, their smiles empty. They knew the university's secrets because they helped cover them up. When Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie tried to flee, the corrupted police and the deranged judge intercepted them. All 3 were murdered. The university called it accidents. The judge signed off on every lie with a grin. The police chief bragged about closing another case. But that wasn't the end. High above the mountains, above the fog and the blood and the lies, 4 souls reunited: Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, Maddie. In heaven, they finally felt warmth, safety, and love, things the earthly world had denied them. Together, they watched the wicked university, the twisted parents, the monstrous police chief, and the diabolical judge begin to unravel. And one by one, the guilty turned on each other. Secrets leaked, alliances cracked, fear poisoned their confidence. Every night, Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie sat together on a glowing cloud, cheering as truth clawed its way into the world. Justice moved slowly, but it moved. And they knew everyone responsible for their suffering would fall, one by one, until none remained. The end, for now. And so, wrapped in heavenly light, the 4 friends watched as justice hunted down the wicked. Their love, their loyalty, and their courage remained unbroken, stronger in the afterlife than any evil the university had conjured on earth. Resting peacefully, they waited for the day when every last villain would face the truth. And as they waited, they smiled. Because justice, no matter how dark the night, always finds its way. If you